Hey, what's up, guys? Today we'll be speaking to Aditi, who is the Youth Stream Monitoring and Evaluation Lead at the Youth Employment Service, or Yes for Youth. In this video, we sat down with Aditi to speak about Yes for Youth, what they do, and unemployment in South Africa.
I wanted to focus a bit more about youth unemployment in our country. And because you guys are such leaders in the industry and availing opportunities for our youth, I think you can give a bit insight onto the topic. Or um, what would you think is one of the main factors contributing to youth unemployment? Well, our unemployment in South Africa currently. What is that? Where's the issue? Where does the issue lie? What would you say?
Yeah, so youth unemployment in South Africa has been a long-standing issue, and when we look at the country as a whole, there is two aspects that are large influencing factors. Firstly, is the economy. Is if we don't have a strong economy, jobs suffer. And then the second is education levels, and as you had mentioned just now as well, is education is a large issue within South Africa in terms of the levels and the quality and the opportunities that youth have in these spaces. And so where Yes comes in is we do see ourselves as a critical contributor to the solution. And while we aren't able to affect the economy or education levels at large, is we are trying to work with those that we are able to impact and influence to improve opportunities and improve skills development. We as young people might be very familiar with I can't get a job without experience and I can't get experience without a job. And so at Yes, we are constantly working to create pathways to bridge that gap for young people. And essentially put them on a multiplier pathway where they not only impact their own personal career, but that of those in the community and general work environment as well.
I think it's very interesting because I was going to ask you this question. I think I'll just bring it up now. There's a strong relationship between the education system and the job market. We know that it's a fact. And in some way, the YES program is addressing a gap there. But are there any gaps or other gaps that need to be addressed that you might think of between the education system and the job market? What's just not really working? Because I mean, I know of so many people that haven't picked, even graduates that are struggling to find work. Because we are told, okay, you have to study further. It's easier. The road to employment is easier for you. But in most cases, or not most cases, but some cases, it just isn't the case. Are there any additional gaps that need to be addressed? A lot of people are looking for experience, and I just I'm making an example. You just graduated. I'm not going to have experience immediately. So there definitely are gaps that exist.
There certainly is. The job market and education environment in South Africa, like the rest of the world, is changing drastically.
Yes.
And traditionally, there's always been a focus on formal education, and the higher up, the assumption is the higher up you go in your education level, the more guaranteed you are of a job.
Yes.
The world is changing drastically, and so what we see is that the work environment is looking for a lot more go-getters. The job market is highly competitive, and in the current day, it's now more on how do you showcase the skills you have as the qualifications, and what can you do to make an impact in either for your employer or for yourself in a entrepreneurial activity. And so where we've seen gaps come up and working with youth more is around developing skills for the future. Technology, for example, is moving at lightning speed. And working with youth right now around developing courses on AI technology and how technology such as AI, drone technology is impacting every sector we're working in, and how we can skill youth up in those new skills that probably our education system is lagging behind in developing formal
yeah,
education levels for.
yeah.
So that is one way. I think the second gap is access to social networks.
Mhm.
So in South Africa's history and apartheid is young unemployed South Africans right now, the majority of them come from previously disadvantaged backgrounds, and geographically and education wise, and the backgrounds that they come from often limit them in the types of networks they have. And so
Yes,
through this YES program is being able to put unemployed youth into corporate environments, is allowing them to mix their and diversify their social networks even more. So allowing you to build their confidence, network with the people that can help them advance in their careers as well. And
mhm.
so for us, it's really around how we can help provide youth with agency to make the moves they need to make for themselves and
Yes,
understand what's in the environment.
yeah. I think our youth, they face many challenges, or well, young job seekers face many challenges when looking for employment. And I think you just mentioned the networking is so important because I mean, they also there are all the opportunities are available. It's just knowing how to network, knowing how to get your foot in the door. So I think that is also such an amazing aspect that you guys incorporate within the program. Are there any other specific challenges that we might not have covered that young people face when they are looking for employment?
So another here that we've seen is entrepreneurial skills, and whether you are going or trying to pursue a career in formal employment or your own business, is what we've seen is entrepreneurial or entrepreneurial skills is becoming such a critical skill set that is
Yes,
required by most companies. Is companies want to know how are you helping them solve their problems, and how are you
yeah,
helping them to add more value to the business. And
mhm,
so what we are trying to move towards and educate youth more on is around the importance of developing entrepreneurial skills, because it's not just
yes,
important for starting your own business, it's increasingly becoming critical in the workplace as well, as you move on from an entry level job into a manager role and then a
yes,
leadership role as well, is really knowing how to not only sell your own company,
yeah.
but the company you employed for as well.
I mean, it's always a bonus to have those type of skills. You might not practice it in your day to day, but uh, a recruiter might see them and be like, oh, this person has entrepreneurial skills and the lock that can help different areas. So I think that's also very important. Um, my next question would be to you: what advice would you give to any job seeker, young job seeker, who wants to increase their chances at finding employment in our current economy, our current job market? What piece of advice would you give to them? Is there anything that's so crucial? Maybe words of encouragement?
Yeah. Um, so what we are picking up is that youth are have a strong appetite for growth and development. We are in a jobs market that is increasingly competitive, and you have to really be able to sell yourself, because it
Yes,
represents how to sell a company as well. And
yes,
so some key advice to young people for me, I think firstly is learning how to build your confidence and sell yourself.
yeah,
Even when you are desperate for a job, it's
yes,
how you show up for your interview, how you show up in your CV that you send,
yes,
is to confidence and belief in yourself. The second thing is, and something that we are tackling currently is mental health. Is
mhm,
a lot of the time, especially in this job market, is we can very easily get depressed and have anxiety over not being able to find a job and not being certain about our future. And so taking care of your mental health is becoming a serious concern
yes,
within South Africa and globally as well.
mhm,
Is
mhm,
for you to show up as your best self is to be able to take care of yourself firstly. And what we see, according to research by UNICEF, 2 out of every 3 young people are struggling with some mental issue. And so the more awareness we have, the more we connect with our community and build our social network and have these conversations with our peers, the stronger our mindset can become while we are out there searching for jobs, and then projecting ourselves as well, and the qualities that we can add value to companies for.
I think it goes such a long way. Maybe just one conversation on raising awareness on mental health goes such a long way. And I know it's something that's always been stigmatized, or it's not really a conversation businesses like to have regarding mental health. But I mean, it's definitely something that needs to be spoken about more in organizations. And I'm glad that you guys have incorporated or plan on empowering that aspect of it as well. So earlier you were speaking about some skills that are advantageous for families to have. And a lot of them were soft skills. And I've seen it a lot recently where businesses are highlighting all these soft skills. I know the hard skills are important, but they highlight them even more from what I've noticed. Has there been, I mean, I don't know what's happening, but has there been, like, I wouldn't say a shift, but I've seen a lot of people shining a light on the soft skills that are so important because it does go a long way. I mean, we're always told you need to know how to do this, and that. And the soft skills are always left, they always come afterwards. But sometimes I feel like you should actually shine with your soft skills as well. Your confidence, your time management, dedication, all those leadership skills. Yeah. Would you say that they are even as important as having um, all these big skills that you have?
Yeah. So maybe if we take a moment to think about, as you said, there's often talk about the technical skills that you have and then the soft skills. And often when you see job applications, you'll see that the technical skills highlighted and then secondly mention of soft skills. And I think the key difference between the two and why both are equally important is firstly, technical skills can speak to a specific sector. It can speak to your know-how in terms of a particular job role. Why increasing soft skills are becoming so important is these skills are transferable across any sector, any industry, any type of job role. And once you're able to master some of these skills like communication, professionalism, money management. So part of our YES program is we have a learning pillar for our YES youth, and we have developed learning content that speak to these important skills, especially when you're just entering the job market. So these skills are so important because irrespective of the job role that you're applying for, whichever sector you're working in, it's very much transferable. And so as you go throughout your career, there is continuous lifelong learning that has to happen. And these are the skills that you should continuously learn about and grow within.
Yeah. I mean, we're never too old to learn, so it's always great to pick up extra skills, whether it is to have more patience in a certain area or whatever. I think it's always good, and it's young people, to understand that they might not have all the technical skills in the world or certain technical skills, but shining through on the soft skills can speak for them as well. So I think we're almost nearing the end of our conversation. We've covered quite a lot. And one of my last questions is going to be, I think my last question is going to be to you is, I know unemployment issue should be a collaborative effort between government, private sector, and communities. What do you think people and communities can do to help reduce unemployment, to support our younger demographic?
Yeah, that's such an important question. And so at YES, we work, well, not government funded. We do work closely with government, nonprofit organizations, a whole host of organizations and communities in terms of promoting the opportunities we have. And then if we think about that and how we can transfer that into our community, the biggest help young people can get right now is awareness and access to opportunities. And so every one of us in the community can play a role in developing young people within our environments, within our communities, by simply even sharing opportunities that come their way. To say, here's a job opportunity I've seen, or if there's entrepreneurial activities to support young people in these initiatives, to promote the well-being of young people, and to stress on the importance of providing agency for young people.
Yes. Yes.
It's not just, and I'm quite confident that young people aren't looking for hand-me-outs. They are eager to find work. They are eager to find opportunities. And so within our communities, within our workplaces, is promoting confidence, promoting growth mindset, and promoting access to opportunities is so important to help grow young people within South Africa and our opportunities as well.
And I think also just having the mindset that we work better if we are connected and doing it together. Yeah, carry everyone along with you. If you've got opportunities, make it available, make it known. I know they're just wanting to work. Yeah, young people are just wanting to work. They just need an extra little push. And I think everyone should just be more open-minded about that fact.
Thank you so much for watching. That was a very insightful chat with Yes for Youth, and we even got some good advice. We will have all the Youth and Employment Services information in the description box below if you want to find out more. Comment down below if you have any questions, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.